Here's a question I don't hear attorneys ask themselves often enough. Not, am I generating business? Most attorneys are thinking about that all the time. But the more specific question, is the firm I'm at making it easier or harder for me to generate business than I could be somewhere else? Those are very different questions with very different implications. And the answer to the second one, honestly evaluated, tells you something important about whether you're in the right place. I'm Andrew Wilcox, legal recruiter since 2003. Today, I want to talk about the business development environment at your firm, the infrastructure, the culture, the platform, the support systems, and the relationships the firm provides or fails to provide, and how to assess whether that environment is an asset or liability to your practice. Let's start with what genuinely supportive business development environments look like. A firm that helps you develop business does several things well. It gives you access to a client base that creates natural cross selling opportunities. It provides marketing and business development support, not just a marketing department that produces pitches you don't use, but real strategic support around client events, thought leadership, and relationship development. It gives you a platform, a brand, a market position, a set of rankings and relationships that open doors you couldn't open on your own. And it cultivates internal relationships among partners that lead to authentic referrals across practice groups. When those things are functioning, the firm is a business development multiplier. Your efforts produce more than they would in isolation because the institution is adding force to them. When those things are absent or present in name only, the firm is extracting a portion of what you produce without giving you anything back in business development at all. The diagnostic questions you really need to ask. Let me walk you through specific questions that reveal whether your firm is helping or hindering in your development. First, has the firm's existing client base ever led directly to new work for you? Not in theory, not because a cross selling program exists. Has it actually happened? Have partner referrals from other practice groups brought you meaningful matters? Has the firm's relationship with a major client created an entry point for you to develop a relationship in your practice area? If the answer is rarely or never, the cross selling environment that was presumably part of the value proposition of the firm is not functioning for you. The second, does the firm's brand open doors in your market? This is a hard question to answer if you've only ever practiced at one firm because you don't have a comparison. But think about pitch situations. When you've been competing for business, does the firm's name and reputation add weight to your candidacy, or are you winning and losing based purely on your own relationships and reputation? In which case, the platform is essentially neutral. And critically, are there matters, clients, or industries where the firm's brand actively works against you, where the firm is associated with an adversary or positioned in a way that makes certain prospects unavailable to you? Third, what does the firm actually spend on your business development and what does it produce? Not firm wide marketing spend. What is the firm invested in supporting your practice specifically? Sponsorships, events, thought leadership support, pitch assistance, CLE programming. And what is that investment generated in terms of actual client opportunities? Some firms spend significantly, and the investment is unfocused and largely wasted. Some firms spend modestly, but strategically, and the return is great. What's your honest assessment of the ROI of your firm's investment in you? Fourth, are the internal relationships, the partner relationships, actually generating opportunities? This is a subtler version of the cross selling question. In a healthy partnership, partners refer to each other because they trust each other and they want their clients served well. In an unhealthy partnership, partners protect client relationships, are reluctant to introduce colleagues to their best clients, and compete for credit in ways that undermine collaboration. So, where does your firm fall on that spectrum? And where do you fall within it? And last, has the firm helped you build a profile, a market identity beyond your immediate client base? Speaking opportunities, publications, industry group leadership, ranking submissions, conference relationships. These are the things that build a reputation that generates business you haven't had to go pitch. Some firms invest in this, some don't. And if you're doing all of it yourself without firm support or resources, the firm is not building your platform, you're building it despite the firm. So, what does those answers add up to? If most of those questions produce negative or neutral answers, if the firm's business development environment is not measurably contributing to your practice, then you are paying the full cost of being a lawyer in terms of your economics, your marketing spend, and your time, while receiving less platform value than you should be. And here's the thing, business development is not just about current clients, it's about the pipeline, the relationships that are not yet clients, the matters that haven't come in yet, the industries that should be looking at you but aren't. Every year you spend in an environment that doesn't support your development is a year your pipeline should have grown but didn't. So, a note on what to look for in a better environment. Before you conclude that every firm is the same, let me be direct. They're not. Platform quality varies significantly, and the ways it varies often don't show up in the ranking tables or the marketing materials. Real market intelligence, the kind that comes from knowing what attorneys are at various firms are actually experiencing, is the only way to accurately compare what you have now to what you could have elsewhere. That's information worth having before you make any decisions. Is your firm helping you build what you're building, or are you building it in spite of them? That question deserves an honest answer. I'm Andrew Wilcox. This is the Lateral Brief. If you'd like to have a confidential discussion about your practice goals or your career goals, please email me at andrew@wilcox-legal.com. And as always, grateful, Andrew Wilcox.